Success begins with personal development. Many people spend their entire lives chasing money, recognition, or status, yet they never stop to ask the most important question: who am I becoming in the process? You see, success is not something you can grab or force. It is a natural consequence of growth. It comes to those who are constantly improving, learning, and becoming more capable. Think of it as planting a seed in the soil. No matter how perfect the seed is, it will not thrive in barren ground. The soil must be prepared, nurtured, and enriched. In the same way, your mind, character, and abilities must be cultivated if you want success to take root and flourish in your life. Personal development begins with self-awareness. You cannot improve what you do not understand. You must look inward and examine your habits, beliefs, and mindset. Ask yourself, am I becoming the kind of person who can handle greater responsibilities? Am I prepared to manage the wealth, influence, or opportunities that I desire? Most people never take this step because it requires honesty and courage. It requires recognizing the gaps between who you are today and who you want to become. Without that recognition, growth is random, and success remains out of reach. Once you are aware, the next step is education. This doesn't just mean formal schooling or degrees. It means reading books that stretch your mind, listening to people who have walked the path you aspire to follow, and exposing yourself to ideas that challenge your current thinking. Knowledge is not merely power. It is the foundation upon which competence and confidence are built. Every new skill, every insight, every piece of understanding becomes a tool that prepares you for greater achievement. People who chase success without developing themselves often find that opportunities pass them by because they lack the readiness to take them. Beyond knowledge, personal development requires refining your character. Success favors those who are reliable, disciplined, and ethical. Talent alone is rarely enough. Your ability to endure challenges, maintain integrity under pressure, and persist when others quit is what sets you apart. Character is the unseen currency that earns the trust and respect of others. A person may have brilliance, but without the strength of character to support it, success will be fleeting, unstable, and hollow. Developing yourself also means cultivating emotional intelligence. You must learn to understand your own emotions, manage them effectively, and respond to the emotions of others with empathy and clarity. A person who cannot control themselves or communicate effectively will struggle to lead, inspire, or maintain meaningful relationships, all of which are essential components of lasting success. Emotional growth allows you to handle the inevitable setbacks and failures with resilience. It gives you the capacity to maintain focus and motivation, even when the external world seems chaotic or unsupportive. Physical and mental health are equally critical to personal development. The body is the vessel that carries the mind, and without strength, vitality, and energy, all other efforts are limited. Exercise, proper nutrition, rest, and stress management are not optional. They are fundamental to sustaining the energy and focus required for meaningful work. The person who is physically and mentally prepared can seize opportunities that others overlook, endure long periods of effort, and remain consistent when others falter. Finally, personal development demands consistency. Growth is not achieved through sporadic effort or bursts of motivation. It is built day by day, habit by habit, choice by choice. Success is drawn to the person who shows up, who studies, who practices, who listens, who reflects, and who improves continually. It is the compound effect of small, deliberate actions taken over time that transforms a person into someone deserving of success. Those who chase success without becoming better simply move in circles. They exhaust their energy and frustration grows, while those who focus on personal development gain momentum, confidence, and the capability to achieve anything they set their mind to. Many people misunderstand the role of motivation in achieving success. They think that when inspiration strikes, they will take action, and that fleeting burst of energy will carry them to their goals. But motivation is like the weather, sometimes sunny, sometimes stormy, unpredictable and unreliable. If you rely solely on motivation, you will only act when you feel like it, and the truth is, feelings are rarely consistent. Success does not favor the occasional effort. It rewards persistence, consistency, and discipline. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your achievements. It is the ability to do what must be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Discipline begins with habits. A person who wants success must design routines that align with their long-term vision. Waking up on time, planning your day, prioritizing your tasks, and consistently following through are not glamorous, but they are the foundation of achievement. Habits may seem small, even insignificant at first, but over time they compound. The person who develops discipline in simple, daily actions becomes the person capable of handling complex challenges and seizing opportunities when they arise. The difference between someone who deserves success and someone who simply chases it is the ability to persist when the easy path tempts them. Motivation will get you started. Discipline will carry you through the obstacles. There will be days when fatigue, frustration, or distractions attempt to pull you off course. On those days, your habits and self-discipline act as an anchor, keeping you focused on what matters most. While others quit, complain, or procrastinate, the disciplined individual continues to advance, step by step, action by action. Discipline is also about delayed gratification. Many people want results immediately, expecting overnight success without the preparation or persistence required. They chase pleasure, convenience, or recognition before putting in the necessary work. But the person who deserves success understands that immediate satisfaction rarely leads to lasting results. They are willing to invest time, energy, and effort into the invisible work, the preparation, the learning, the practice, that eventually produces tangible, lasting outcomes. Every hour spent sharpening skills, building knowledge, or refining habits is an investment in a future that cannot be rushed. Self-control is a critical element of discipline. It is the ability to resist temptations that divert you from your goals, to prioritize long-term benefits over short-term pleasures, and to maintain focus in a world full of distractions. In today's society, where instant gratification is everywhere, self-control is a rare and powerful trait. The person who deserves success is not enslaved by impulses or emotions. They are the master of their attention, directing it deliberately toward tasks and actions that produce meaningful results. Finally, discipline creates confidence. A disciplined person knows that they can rely on themselves, that they can execute consistently, and that they are capable of handling challenges. This confidence is magnetic, drawing opportunities, relationships, and recognition toward them. People who chase success without discipline are often anxious, reactive, and frustrated, always hoping that external forces will deliver what they have not prepared for internally. Discipline transforms hope into certainty, chaos into order, and potential into tangible achievement. One of the most overlooked principles of success is the people you surround yourself with. You can work harder, study more, and discipline yourself, But if your environment is filled with negative, complacent, or unmotivated people, your growth will be limited. Your associations determine your elevation. The people around you act as mirrors, influences, and accelerators, or decelerators, of your own potential. If you want to rise, you must carefully choose who rises with you and who is allowed to remain close to your daily life. Consider the idea that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This is not just a saying, it's a principle observed in every successful life. When you associate with ambitious, disciplined, and knowledgeable individuals, their mindset, habits, and energy begin to influence you. They raise your standards, challenge your thinking, and inspire you to pursue higher goals. On the other hand, if your closest relationships are dominated by negativity, excuses, or mediocrity, you will inevitably adopt those same attitudes, habits, and limitations. Choosing the right associations starts with awareness. Take a close look at your inner circle, who encourages growth and excellence, who demands accountability and challenges you to become better, and who drags you down with criticism, laziness, or fear. Your time and attention are finite resources. Every hour you spend in the wrong environment diminishes your ability to develop into the person who deserves success. By carefully managing your associations, you are in effect curating the influences that shape your future. Mentorship is a critical element of positive associations. Seek out those who have walked the path you aspire to follow, those who have already achieved what you are pursuing. Observe their habits, listen to their advice, and adopt the principles that have guided them. Mentors accelerate your learning curve and expose you to opportunities you might never encounter on your own. Their experience becomes a roadmap, preventing you from wasting time on trial and error and giving you the confidence to move forward decisively. It's also important to recognize the influence of peers who share your current journey. Surround yourself with individuals who are striving to improve, who hold each other accountable, and who celebrate each other's progress without envy or competition. Collective growth amplifies individual growth. When you are part of a circle where everyone is committed to excellence, your motivation and standards are elevated naturally. Conversely, toxic friendships or environments filled with complaints and excuses will drain your energy, distract your focus, and subtly lower your expectations of yourself. Associations extend beyond personal relationships. Your environment includes the media you consume, the conversations you engage in, and even the communities you participate in. Constant exposure to negativity, fear, or mediocrity will influence your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. If you want to become a person who deserves success, you must curate not only the people you spend time with, but also the ideas, attitudes, and information you allow into your mind. This is why personal growth requires both social discipline and intellectual discipline. Ultimately, your associations are a reflection of your priorities and your self-respect. The people you allow in your inner circle send a silent message to yourself about what you value and what you believe you deserve. If you want to elevate your life, your career, or your achievements, start by elevating your company. Surround yourself with individuals who inspire you, challenge you, and model the habits and mindset of success. The path to becoming the person who deserves success is paved not only by your own efforts, but by the influences you deliberately allow to shape you. One of the most powerful principles of personal growth and success is the principle of responsibility. Too many people spend their lives blaming circumstances, other people, or luck for their lack of results. They wonder why success hasn't found them, why opportunities seem scarce, or why their efforts don't pay off. Yet the truth is that life rewards those who take full responsibility for their actions, their decisions, and their outcomes. To deserve success, you must first stop blaming and start owning. Responsibility begins with self-reflection. You must honestly assess where you are in life and how your choices have contributed to your current circumstances. Every missed opportunity, every setback, and every failure carries a lesson, but that lesson can only be learned if you stop pointing fingers and start looking in the mirror. The moment you accept that your actions, not your environment, dictate your results, you regain control. Responsibility is not about guilt, it is about empowerment. When you take ownership, you realize that no one can control your destiny except you. Taking responsibility also means embracing accountability. It requires acknowledging your mistakes and learning from them rather than making excuses or rationalizing failure. A person who deserves success does not hide from reality. They face challenges head-on, analyze what went wrong, and implement changes to improve. This mindset transforms obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into stepping stones. Every problem becomes a chance to learn, adapt, and grow stronger. Responsibility extends to every aspect of life. It is not limited to work or career, but includes relationships, health, finances, and personal development. You are accountable for the time you waste, the energy you invest, and the choices you make. By accepting this truth, you free yourself from the illusion of external control and place yourself firmly in the driver's seat of your life. The person who deserves success does not wait for conditions to be perfect, for luck to appear, or for someone else to create opportunities. They create their own opportunities through consistent effort, deliberate planning, and disciplined action. Another dimension of responsibility is initiative. Those who deserve success do not wait for instructions or permission. They act. They identify problems, anticipate needs, and take action to address them. This proactive approach demonstrates maturity and capability. Employers, partners, and collaborators naturally gravitate toward individuals who take responsibility because they are reliable and capable of delivering results. In contrast, those who chase success without responsibility often find themselves overlooked, underappreciated, and frustrated. Responsibility also strengthens character. When you consistently accept ownership of your life, you develop resilience, integrity, and self-confidence. You learn to trust yourself to make decisions and to handle the consequences. Life will never be without challenges, but the person who takes responsibility can navigate uncertainty with poise and wisdom. They understand that results follow effort, and that control over one's actions is the most powerful tool in achieving long-term success. Finally, taking responsibility is a mindset that separates those who deserve success from those who merely desire it. Desire without responsibility is wishful thinking. Action without ownership is scattered energy. By embracing full responsibility, you align your intentions with your actions, your goals with your habits, and your dreams with reality. This alignment creates a foundation strong enough to support the life and success you aim to achieve. One of the most important lessons in life is that success follows value, not desire. Many people chase rewards, money, fame, recognition, without first asking how much value they are providing. They want the outcome without the contribution, the benefit without the effort. But life has a simple principle: you earn what you give. To deserve success, you must focus on creating value before expecting results. Value begins with understanding the needs of others. The person who deserves success asks, "What problems can I solve? How can I make life easier, better, or more meaningful for someone else?" When your focus shifts from chasing personal gain to delivering meaningful solutions, you position yourself as indispensable. People are naturally drawn to those who create impact, and opportunities gravitate toward those who consistently offer something of worth. Creating value requires skill, effort, and knowledge. It is not enough to simply show up or participate. You must bring competence and quality to every endeavor. The person who deserves success invests time and energy into mastering their craft, refining their abilities, and continuously improving. They understand that the more capable they become, the more value they can deliver, and the more success naturally follows. Temporary shortcuts or half-hearted efforts rarely produce lasting results. True value comes from commitment, excellence, and consistent performance. Contribution also demands generosity of spirit. To deserve success, one must be willing to give without immediate expectation of return. This could be through mentorship, support, guidance, or simply doing the right thing even when no one is watching. Generosity builds trust, reputation, and influence. People naturally want to align with individuals who consistently enrich their lives, whether through ideas, actions, or relationships. The more value you give, the more you establish yourself as someone worthy of success. Another important aspect is service. Success is drawn to those who serve effectively and meaningfully. Whether in business, community, or personal relationships, the person who deserves success understands that the world rewards contribution. They don't focus on entitlement or shortcuts. They focus on solving problems, helping others, and making a tangible difference. Service strengthens character, builds credibility, and attracts opportunities that those chasing only personal gain will never see. Value also involves consistency. One act of value may go unnoticed, but repeated contributions create a reputation. The person who deserves success does not work sporadically or only when convenient. They consistently provide solutions, support, and excellence. This consistency compounds over time, creating momentum that draws recognition, rewards, and influence naturally. People learn to rely on them, opportunities multiply, and success becomes a natural byproduct of the value they deliver. Finally, understanding that value precedes reward changes your mindset. You no longer measure success by what you receive, but by what you contribute. You focus on growth, improvement, and excellence, knowing that rewards, financial, personal, or professional, will follow. The person who deserves success aligns their actions with the principle of value, making every effort meaningful, every interaction impactful, and every achievement a reflection of their contribution. This mindset ensures that when success arrives, it is sustainable, meaningful, and fully earned. Success is not something you chase. It is something you attract by becoming the person who deserves it. It is the natural outcome of growth, discipline, wise associations, responsibility, and consistent value. When you focus on personal development, you prepare your mind and character to handle opportunity. When you cultivate discipline, you take action even when motivation fades. When you surround yourself with the right people, you elevate your standards and your potential. When you take full responsibility for your life, you gain control and agency over your results. And when you provide value before expecting rewards, you create a life that naturally draws success toward you. To deserve success, you must shift your attention inward. Stop asking, "When will success find me?" and start asking, Who must I become to earn it? Success is not a destination. It is a reflection of your habits, your choices, and your growth. It comes not to those who chase it with desperation, but to those who invest in themselves, consistently and intentionally. Focus on becoming the person who can handle it, who adds value, who perseveres, and who takes full ownership of their journey. When you do, success no longer feels elusive. It becomes inevitable because you are no longer running after it. You are standing ready to receive it.